America, 2023, an undisclosed location. 2 federal agents on a routine operation. It was an ordinary evening. Everything was normal. Until it wasn't. Something appeared in the sky. A round, ball-shaped object, glowing orange. The agents looked at each other. Neither could explain what they were seeing. After a few moments, it was gone. Just like that. But the next day, a second team, different place, same sky, saw the exact same thing. Then a third team, 3 teams, 6 trained federal officers, 2 days, 1 shared mystery. These are not civilians. These are not conspiracy theorists. These are sworn federal officers. And then, the most shocking part. Small red orbs emerged from inside the orange one, like a mothership launching smaller craft. Not once, not twice, 5 separate times. They filed sworn statements with the United States government. This is on the record. 2 years later, a senior intelligence official returned to the exact same location. They spotted another orb, hovering low. The helicopter moved toward it. In an instant, the orb was 20 miles away. The helicopter couldn't follow. 4 to 5 more orbs emerged. The encounter lasted 35 minutes. Then, silence. These unknown flying objects have a name. UFO. Unidentified Flying Object. UFOs are not just an American story. For 89 years, across dozens of countries, thousands of sightings. Different decades, different cultures, the same question. But look closely at this map. There is a pattern, and that pattern tells you everything. On May 8th, 2026, the U.S. Department of War released classified UFO files to the public. 162 files. FBI documents, Pentagon reports, NASA transcripts, State Department cables, 28 videos, 14 images. None of it ever seen by the public before today. One case, 2023, Greece. A U.S. military sensor tracked an object on the ocean's surface. It was doing 90-degree turns at 80 miles per hour. Physics says that is nearly impossible. 2 minutes and 57 seconds of infrared video. Crystal clear. No explanation. 2024, Iraq. A U.S. aircraft on a strike mission. Something crossed its sensor feed. Syria, 2024. 2 semi-transparent orange zones appeared for 2 seconds, then vanished. Japan, 2024. An object shaped like a football, with 3 protrusions, over the Indo-Pacific. 400 cases in the new files that the U.S. government itself cannot explain. Not misidentified planes, not weather balloons. 400 cases, no explanation. None. But UFOs aren't limited to Earth. In 1965, America launched the Gemini 7 spaceflight. 4 hours and 24 minutes after launch, astronaut Frank Borman got on the radio. Bogey at 10 o'clock high. Bogey, a military term for an unidentified aircraft. In space. Houston asked if it was just a detached booster. Borman said no. He saw the booster separately. We have several, looks like 3, actual sightings. 3 separate objects, not debris. Post-mission analysis confirmed it. A 3rd object, distinct from both debris and the booster. 1972, Apollo 17. The last crewed moon mission. A photo taken on the journey, 3 dots, a triangular formation. No explanation. For 54 years, nothing. Then the new files spoke. The American government's new analysis. These could be physical objects. That's all they have. 1969. Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon, reported lights flashing inside the cabin at night. He then saw a large, sparkling light on the moon's surface. He thought it might be laser light, but laser technology capable of reaching the moon in 1969? Almost impossible to imagine. To understand UFOs, we go back to where it started. June 24th, 1947, Washington State. Private pilot Kenneth Arnold spotted 9 shining objects above Mount Rainier. They were flying in a V formation at 1,200 miles per hour, twice the speed of anything in 1947. Arnold described their movement like a saucer skipping across water. He meant how they moved. Reporters misunderstood. They wrote flying saucers. A term was born. A myth was launched. 2 weeks later, Roswell, New Mexico. Farmer W. Mac Brazel found something in his field. He thought it might be connected to the flying saucer news. He called the sheriff. July 8, 1947. The U.S. Army released a statement. They had recovered a flying disc. The headline went around the world. And then the next day, the military reversed everything. They said it was a weather balloon. No one noticed. The flying saucer story was already alive. In the last 6 months of 1947, over 300 UFO sightings were reported across the world. 1952. Unidentified objects appeared over Washington, D.C. for weeks, on radar, on camera. The headlines screamed, "Saucers swarm over Capitol." The U.S. government had to respond. In 1952, the government launched Project Blue Book, a formal investigation into UFOs. For 17 years, they investigated more than 12,000 UFO cases. Most had mundane explanations: planets, stars, weather balloons, aircraft, satellites. But 701 cases remained completely unidentified. No explanation. Not one. Then, in 1994, the U.S. Air Force revealed something classified: Project Mogul. During the Cold War, America used high-altitude spy balloons to monitor Soviet nuclear tests. The Roswell debris wasn't alien. It was one of those balloons, crashed in the New Mexico desert. The alien bodies, witnesses reported? Crash test dummies from plane accident sites. Confirmed in 1997. The US government faced a choice: admit to spying on the Soviets, or let the alien story live. Revealing the truth would have triggered an international crisis. The secret was worth protecting. And there was a bonus. Advanced military aircraft could be tested under the UFO cover story. Look at Cold War-era sightings. Where are they clustered? US, Soviet Union, Germany, hotspots. Now look at today. Iraq, Syria, the Strait of Hormuz, Japan. Every dot near a US military base. People ask why aliens attack New York in movies. I ask, why do UFOs only visit US bases? There are 2 rational explanations. Neither requires aliens. Let's go through both. Explanation 1. These are American military assets. Advanced spy planes, balloons, experimental craft. In a 2024 U.S. congressional report, the Pentagon confirmed 1950s and 60s UFOs were their own tech. Explanation 2. Enemy surveillance. Iranian, Houthi, and Chinese assets caught by U.S. sensors. In 2023, China's spy balloon was literally shot down over U.S. airspace. This is documented fact. The football-shaped object over Japan in 2024, defense analysts say it could be a spy balloon. Some sightings? Simple. Planets, stars, satellites, natural radiation, reflections. The flashes astronauts saw? Neil Armstrong suggested sunlight leaking through window covers. Buzz Aldrin's laser light on the moon? He himself suggested it could be a solar reflection. But some things have no explanation. The 3 dots, the 90-degree turns, the Gemini bogey, the orange orb with red suborbs. China has developed mothership drone systems, documented, but the government released the orange orb file with no date, no location, and no conclusion. 162 files handed to the public, without context, without analysis. Draw your own conclusions. In February 2024, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office published its findings. No evidence the US government holds alien tech. No reverse engineering. No extraterrestrial origin. The former AARO chief warned, "Releasing files without context breeds speculation and pseudoscience." And that may be the point. Bury the news you don't want covered under stories of mystery. Mystery thrives where transparency is absent. That is the oldest political trick in the book. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Low-quality infrared video is not enough. Do I believe aliens exist? Honestly, yes. The universe is too vast for us to be alone. But these files? They don't prove it. Not yet. The truth is out there. We just haven't found it.